Hi, everyone. I just wanted to take a few minutes here to show some love and appreciation for everyone. I have some reviews that I have to go over. I do have my first Patreon subscribers, so they are getting a well deserved shout out. And I have some other stuff that I wanted to do, and I wanted to put it all in one just so that everybody has a chance to hear everything. Normally, I would do it individually as they come in with each episode. However, they've kind of built up a little bit, so I wanted to put them all on their own separate thing and not bog down an episode. Once I go over my reviews and my Patreon shout out, I will be adding to the end of this trailers that we have been, swapping in between the different podcasts, and everybody has been just so absolutely fucking amazing. Everybody's so nice and supportive, and they deal with my weirdness. And, we're just all one big giant podcast community. And so at the end of this, I will be tagging on some trailers and, obviously give them love and support that they have shown me. They're awesome. I've listened to everybody. And so far, I love them all. So at the end of this, you'll hear a bunch of trailers. And then that way you can also go back. You don't have to worry about which episode you might have heard a certain trailer in. They will all be in here. So I'm just going to stack them with some pauses in between, obviously, and give you guys the opportunity to be exposed to them because they are absolutely just phenomenal. And like I said, just show them the love and support that you've showed me. I'm going to start with some reviews that I have over at Apple Podcasts. Obviously, the other ones I can't really tell. I don't know who gives what reviews as far as Spotify is concerned. But with Apple Podcasts, I do have some people that left me some awesome reviews with words that I could share with you guys because you know what? You took the time to rate and review me, and I think it's awesome. And it makes me feel good to read them. So if you guys are listening and you have not left a review, again, if you want me to read it on the podcast, go over to Apple Podcasts and leave a review on there. If you do it on Spotify, the rating goes up or down, but I do not see who gives me the ratings or anything like that. So I can't really, shout it out. But over here, I have a host 26 and it says, love this pod. The spooky stories gave me chills and had me sleeping with one eye open. The real encounters gave the extra edge since normally everyone else seems to cover the same stuff. I can't wait for future episodes and to have more alien and cryptic topics covered. Thank you. I apologize for being a little, lacking in the UFO alien department. I do plan on doing some more research and getting some more of those episodes out. And I might have to shuffle the lineup so that we can kind of make it even with the topics. So I'm sorry I haven't done it yet, but it is in the works. I actually have a few notes going now. So we'll see how that goes. And then I have, I think it's Lissa, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. I like the numbers. And it says this podcast is amazing. It dives deep into conspiracies and cryptids. The host is so fun and knows what she's talking about. Well, thank you, because half the time I don't feel like it. Um, we fly by the seat of our pants over here, and that's half the fun. So thank you again. And I really need to also get a few more conspiracies. So I am trying to come up with some to get those on here as well. Then I have one that says wine time, and it says, let's get creepy, 5-star review. And it says, you guys have to listen. Natasha is amazing and what she does story wise and bringing these creepy stories. So thank you. I love writing, and I'm really glad that you guys enjoy it because I have a lot of fun learning about it and writing and recording and meeting new people. And it means a lot to me to know that you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. Then I have anger management SMD. Is that like some special doctor? I don't know. But it says great podcast, 5-star review. Love listening on my ride to work. Keep them coming. Only complaint is there's not enough episodes. Sorry. I'm working on it. I know I just released Christmas last year. So I have plenty more coming to listen to. I do have multiple. I'm not sure exactly how many I am at now, but I have multiple episodes over on the Patreon page. The audio is available for the first 2 tiers. And if you sign up for the Phantoms tier, you actually get all of the bonus audio that I, put out normally in a month. But you also get the video version. So you get all of the video, and I mean the episodes, the Patreons. I'm thinking about doing some behind the scenes type things just so, it's a little more personal. You guys can kind of see, what it takes in the making of a podcast or whatever, I guess you would call it. But those are available. And everything that is on the Patreon is not edited. So if there's any fuck ups or blurbs or oh shits or whatever, they're there. So it gives you a little bit of extra bonus episodes. So feel free to go over and check that out. And those are the reviews that I have on Apple Podcasts as of now. I did have some comments and stuff. However, if you leave me a comment in like a post that I make in social media, there's a lot of stuff that goes in and out, a lot of things that are happening and updates and notifications. And to be honest, they're lost. I have no idea. I think there were a few, but I don't know where they went. I can't find them. I don't have a way to locate them. So if you do want to leave something, and I would appreciate it if you would, just do it on preferably the Apple Podcast, because then I can actually read what you write. The other one just lets you do the stars. Speaking of the devils, I actually have 2 reviews on my Facebook page. So we're going to go over those as well. I am horrible with names, so I greatly apologize. I think it's Mikey Eslick Jr. And it says, I love all of the cryptids you guys go over. So thank you, Mikey, because I appreciate it. And cryptids are honestly my favorite. Sorry for everybody else, but they are my favorite. Then I have Ouch Was That a Ghost, who is absolutely phenomenal. Check her out. She is great. I absolutely love her. She's basically my pod sister, I've decided, and we have a lot in common. So I think you guys really enjoy it. I always like listening to her episodes, so for sure. And all of my spooks that like to show up in recordings, they come out a lot more when she's around for some reason. So there must be something special. I mean, I already knew there's something special, but not like I love her and check her out. And she says, this is one of my favorite podcasts, great topics and fantastic hosts. Thank you very much, Melissa. With some little emojis with a little smiley face and some hearts. So those are what I have as far as reviews go so far. Thank you guys all again so much for getting on there and taking the time to write something up and leave the great reviews. It means a lot and it helps me out with the rankings. And now I want to do a shout out for my one and only Patreon subscriber as of this moment. Hang on to your butts, guys, because this special thanks goes out to Dixon Cider. And I don't think that'll ever, I don't think it'll ever get old. It just won't. So thank you so much for your contribution and support and everything. I hope you enjoy everything that tier has to offer, because it's got a bunch of stuff in it. And again, if you're interested, once we do the Patreon sign up for that tier, you do have the option of being a guest host 1 to 2 times over a year period. So if you're interested in doing that, just holler at me and we'll hook it up. And another thing that I want to point out, I got an email and I was super excited. So I want to make sure that I let you guys know as well, because honestly, I would not have gotten this email if it was not for all of you and your listens and your sharing. And just, I wanted to read it. There's just a few rankings that my podcast got, and I was really surprised to hear it just over the last 30 days, how my rankings were in different countries and areas as far as podcasts go. So I was ranked at position 49 in the improv category in the United Kingdom. So all my United Kingdom people over there, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I don't know what you guys do over there to celebrate. Have some tea and crumpets or something. I don't know. Whatever you got to do, pat yourself on the back and know that I love you. Position was 59th in the category of science fiction in Australia. Thank you, all of my Australian listeners that are on there. I really appreciate it. And again, if you guys have any topics or anything that you would enjoy, just shoot them over to the email or fill out the form on the website, which again is www.cryptidscreepsandconspiracy.com. And there's just a little contact form, and you can just put in requests and that kind of thing, and it goes directly to my email. Then I was in position 60 in the category of improv. So apparently I'm really fucking funny. in the United States, which I was just totally dumbfounded about. As my husband always says, I am the funniest person that I know, which is pretty much true. So there's some other ones. I made the rankings within the top 100 or with the top 200 for Canada, Australia again in fiction category. Canada was an improv, science fiction again in Canada. I was in the top 250, as well as improv in Australia and science fiction in the United States, which totally blew me. I mean, I can't even thank you guys enough for all of the support and everything that you do for me. I wish I could show you, but I don't know how, other than to put it on here to let everybody know. Thank you so much for listening and supporting us and just being great. So if you wouldn't mind, keep listening, share it with everybody. I mean, if you've got a family member, share it if you think they might like it. If you got a friend, if you know other, weird, strange, dark, weirdo people like us, share it. Shit. If you're, this is my thing. It's been my thing for a year. If you're on the bus and you got a stranger that's just kind of chilling, they need something to do or whatever, or you notice maybe something they're wearing, shoot it out, man. You don't know when someone's wearing a Mothman t-shirt and be like, hey, check out this podcast. You probably like it. I do that all the time. I ran out of business cards because I handed them out to 3 doctor's offices when I was checking out. Actually, the check-in lady got one, the scheduler got one, and the nurse got one on all of my appointments. Then I handed out 3 in the grocery store to people that I hadn't seen in years. Then my hairdresser and at the gas station. So I literally hand those things out like I'm selling vacuums in the 50s door to door. So just, like I said, every little thing helps. Again, I know you guys are probably going to be like, dear God, this bitch won't shut up. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much because I truly appreciate it. And I can't do it without you guys. I'm hoping to one day have this thing take off like I want it to. And if it does, and I can do it more full time as opposed to, well, I mean, I still do it full time, but have it be my only full time job would be great. I'd be able to travel more, attend more events, do more ghost hunts, and do some of the things that I kind of have in mind now. Where, again, I do want to let everybody know, speaking of, I will be in Pennsylvania May 18th and 19th on that weekend at Paracon. It'll be my first time there. It's a bit of a drive. Okay. It's like forever drive. We're talking like 10 or 11 hours drive, but I'll be there spending the weekend and I'll be rocking, my business cards and probably rocking my merch because that's what I do. If you guys are from around that area, dude, swing by or send me a message. Shit. Like maybe we can, if we get a group of us or whatever, because I'm not going to like meet some creepy dude in an alley. Sorry, not happening. But if there are enough of us and we have a buddy system, which by the way, Melissa, can't wait for that. She's coming with me. Hopefully, work permitting. But maybe we could, whether it's, go get drinks somewhere or have dinner. I don't really know what the itinerary is for Paracon, but maybe we can get together. If you guys do attend the conference, just let me know where you're at. I'm probably going to do some live stuff. So you guys could probably pinpoint where I'm at, meet me face to face, shake your hand, whatever. But yeah, it'd be great. Then I believe it is the last weekend in September. I will be at the Indiana Bigfoot Conference. I can't remember the exact times, but I'm pretty sure it's the 27th and the 28th of September. And then in November, I will be in Lexington, Kentucky at CryptidCon. So I am waiting to hear back from the last 2 to see whether or not I will actually have my own assigned booth, in which case it'd be a lot easier to find me because I will be stuck in a booth and won't be able to walk around. And I wander a lot. But if I don't, well, I mean, regardless, I'll be there. If I don't, again, I'll probably be doing some live stuff, posting some things, probably see me in the bar hotel or wait, hotel bar. Sorry, in the evenings or something like that. So again, I'll post it on there. And if you guys are down there, hit me up. I think it'd be great to, meet you guys in person and, have a conversation and voice behind the curtain, so to speak. And it'd be a good time. So keep your eyes open for that. Some of the tickets I would recommend that you go ahead and get on their websites. I will try to see if I can, I'll get the links and I will post them in the description because I know that they do sell out. And there's a couple things that I wanted to do this year, but I was not able to because they were already sold out. So I will post them in there. That way everybody can get it. You guys can know, the location, and then you guys, if you need to travel and you just want to attend the event, period, you'll have that information and you can make plans accordingly. So I know that was a lot. I am very sorry, but I just can't stress it enough. You guys are great. You're fucking awesome. Keep it up. Now I am going to switch it on over. And again, this is going to be a machine gun shot of just pure podcast trailer gold. I have literally listened to every single one of these people's podcasts, at least 1 or 2 episodes. Some of them I've listened to all of them. Head over to their pages, check them out, subscribe, rate, review them, and just show them the same love and support that you guys have shown me, because I greatly appreciate it. I know they would appreciate it. And with that being said, we're going to turn it on over to the trailers.
Hey, Katie.
Yeah?
Want to make a podcast?
Sure. Can we talk about outrageously dark and scary things like murder and aliens?
Yeah. And is it cool if we talk about beautiful things like divination and astrology?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hi, we're Katie and Kelly, hosts of the podcast All Things Outrageously Dark, Scary, Beautiful, and Totally True.
We recognize there's a lot of podcasts out there, but what sets us apart is our professionalism and dedication to our research.
New episodes every Wednesday. Tune in, and of course,
have the day you deserve.
All right, I think I hacked in.
We're on the air?
Shh, security's outside.
But how's my hair?
It's a radio station.
Psst. Psst. You guys hear about the Beyond the Shadows podcast with Ryan and Scott?
You guys into paranormal?
What about true crime?
How about UFOs and cryptids?
We also have mad hauntings.
We got security.
No, we don't. We're not big enough to need it yet.
No, we got security.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Get out of here! Listen to the Beyond the Shadows podcast. Beyond the Shadows!
Welcome to the Dead Podcast. I'm your host, Desi, and on this podcast, I discuss all things spooky and weird, from ghosts, demons, religion, to folklore, urban legends, true crime, and all things paranormal, with some horror movie reviews sprinkled in. So join me on this spooky ride.
Hello guys, and welcome to Let's Talk About.
My name's Liam.
And my name's Billy.
And on this podcast we have absolutely no limits whatsoever.
Genuinely, no topic is off limits for us.
We speak about ghosts, aliens, supernatural, and much more.
We want to get you guys involved as much as possible with our podcast journey. Every Sunday we'll have a brand new episode, and we'll even let you guys decide on some of those episodes or what happens in them.
So far we've spoken about ghosts, aliens, zombies, and even a talking mongoose.
Can't be the talking mongoose. Follow and subscribe to Let's Talk About.
Hello, Like Mother, Like Murder listeners. I am Rachel.
And I'm Heather.
We are the hosts of Like Mother, Like Murder.
We bring you the good, the badass, and the crime.
Each week, we bring you stories from missing and murdered
to survivors and women who empower you.
And of course, some mom talk sprinkled in.
Check us out wherever you get your podcasts at Like Mother, Like Murder.
And give us a follow on social media so that we can say hi.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
If you like paranormal, true crime, and some cryptids, or just anything weird, check out Ouch, Was That a Ghost? Brought to you by your host, Liz. You can find Ouch, Was That a Ghost on Spotify, Apple, or any audio platform. New episodes drop every Thursday.
In the dark forest lies a secret, told in broken stories by those who have bore witness, a monster, a murder, a long-forgotten homestead. I'm on the search for the ghosts who haunt these places, and I want you to come along. Welcome to Tales, Trails, and Taverns. Here I take an active approach to finding places that people might warn you not to go to. Haunted trails, abandoned towns, old taverns where you might catch a glimpse of a long-deceased patron. Look, you're probably not going to find me trekking through Arizona looking to have a run-in with a skinwalker, and you certainly won't catch me playing with a Ouija board, but I have spent at least the last 10 years seeking out creepy, haunted, and abandoned places to explore. So lace up your boots, grab a working flashlight, and join me as I tell the tales, hike the trails, and grab a cold pint at the local tavern. You can find the podcast on Apple, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. You can find show updates on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, and YouTube. And also check out the blog at talestrailsandtaverns.com. And now, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Hello, Twisted Humans. Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting? Then this is the podcast for you. In 1952, there was a record high of UFOs reported. 1,500 sightings. There has been evidence of human sacrifice, devil worship, and it is haunted by more spirits than can be counted. A family of 2 adults and 2 kids reportedly saw a giant flying thing with glowing red eyes.
And meanwhile, the family's nanny that helped Veronica to care for her and Lucian's children was found bludgeoned to death in the basement of their family home.
I'm Alicia. And I'm Sierra, and this is Twisted and Uncorked.
Are you struggling with a lack of access to captivating entertainment and media? Are you faced with constant judgment and ridicule from friends and family for your inability to respond appropriately to sensitive situations? If this sounds like you might be suffering from being emotionally dead inside. But it's not too late to make a change. One Nothing Podcast is a newly available treatment for being dead inside. Taken just once every 2 weeks, One Nothing could make a world of difference. By combining carefully measured dark humor to the amazing original formula of grisly fatalities, One Nothing Podcast has successfully entertained thousands of people suffering from death inside. And with access across all podcast platforms, treatment has never been more readily available. But don't trust my word. Here's some real-world testimonials from a few of our listeners currently undergoing treatment.
From consistent doses of One Nothing Podcast, my posture has greatly improved due to being kept on the edge of my seat.
The One Nothing Podcast comes on, everybody be like, shut the f*** up. I'll be quiet, but when the episode's over, I'll be talking again.
Oh my gosh, buddy. I used to be on so many medications for blood pressure, and then I listened to One Nothing Podcast's episode on Kitty Genovese, moved into an apartment on my own, and haven't needed it since. That one really got my blood pumping.
You know, listening to One Nothing Podcast, I'm not constipated anymore. I'm just full of shit.
So what's stopping you from great entertainment?
One Nothing Podcast is not intended for all audiences. Listeners under 18 years of age should obtain permission from your parent or guardian before downloading. Tell your therapist if you're predisposed to whining, complaining, reading podcasts poorly, being overall combative, or being easily offended, as One Nothing Podcast might not be right for you.
So stop letting great content pass you by. Talk to your therapist today to see if One Nothing Podcast is right for you.